We have wonderful readings for this weekend's liturgy. The first is from the 3rd chapter of the first book of Kings, where Solomon is praying and God is answering, or praying over Solomon. Solomon is young and he says, Lord, you have given me a tremendous task to do, to serve your people, your vast people whom you have chosen. I don't know how to do that. And God's response is really beautiful. He says, you didn't ask for power, prestige, wealth. You asked for an understanding spirit to help create my kingdom. In the gospel, I will be commenting on the short form, just 2 of the 3 parables in Matthew 13. About the kingdom is like a person who finds a great treasure in a field, and that person goes out, doesn't buy the treasure, buys the whole field, but sells everything to have the wherewithal to buy the field. And the second parable is similar to it. It's a merchant who is always searching for fine pearls, and he finds one pearl, and he sells everything for that one pearl. So these are beautiful. And I have 2 main points, but I might have more by the time this ends. In one sense, we are the treasure that God has sold everything to buy us back. We are the pearl of great price, and the finder, the merchant, the God, sells everything, his son, to save us, to save us from not knowing how precious we are. Like a pearl, like a treasure. So that's one way of looking at this parable. As we've said, there's many ways to look at parables. Another way, and Solomon is blessed by God, saying, I will give you an understanding heart. You didn't ask for everything that is worldly. You asked, how can I better serve your people? How can I continue your creation of your people? One aspect to think of is relating is so central to our humanity. But every relationship that you have is going to experience, you're having tensions with it. That is true in marriage, in the single life, in religious life. It's your tension with your car or the weather. Everything is going to cause us tension. Because we are so selfish, so self-centered. We want everything our way. And even when we get it our way, it's going to cause us tension. So we live with that. Living with tension is part of spirituality. Living with the tension caused by what we believe. So Solomon is in a great tension. He is young and is the king of this vast people. What we do in relationships is to help God continue God's creation of God's kingdom. Now, we can't sell everything. We're too self-centered. But we buy a treasure, it's buried, and what we do as human beings who have friends and whom we love, we help that treasure come out of the dirt, out of hiding. We bring people into the light. That's the kingdom. Jesus did that. And Jesus continued God's creation of us, and we do the same. In every relationship, married people, single people, priests, religious, young, old, maturity is maybe a way of understanding that everyone has a preciousness that they might not know about. And we as individuals, we lose sight and awareness of our preciousness. That we are the pearl of great price according to God's creation of us. But we are buried in our humanity, our dirtliness. And we have been helped. And it's great to pray today for those people who have brought us little by little out of the dirt by which you can define yourself into the preciousness. So we help God create each other. That's the truth. Solomon asked that. Can I help you create your people? We do that. Can I help you find out your goodness, that you are a pearl of great price according to me and according to God? You might not know it because you're hidden. I'm bringing you out into the light. I'm bringing you out of the dirt. But in every relationship, and this is the hard part, the more I get to know you and love you, the more I realize that you still have much of dirt, much of humanity, much of selfishness, much that has not been cleaned and created yet. You don't know it. So we are finders of great pearls and polishers and bringing them out of hiding. And we are people who in relationships and commitment, we say, there's a treasure there, but I'm buying the whole field, the whole of humanity that is within you. I'm not just being selective. I like your eyes, but not your nose. I like your smile, but I don't like your frown. No, buy the whole thing. That's a commitment. It's in marriage or religious commitment or commitment in friendship. We say, I will be present to the whole field. I bought your whole reality. And I am committed to helping you see that you are a treasure and a pearl of great price. But, and this is the hard part, I want to help you find out how good you are, how precious you are, what a sacramental blessing you are, but not just for me. But I want to bring you out of hiding and then share you. It's a pearl of great price. I want to share it. It's a treasure, but it's not just for me. You are not just for me. I am for you that you might be for others. That's the kingdom of heaven. That Jesus lived and died and rose to raise people so that they know who they are, not for themselves, but that they will be distributable, that they will be in community, that they then will be finders and buyers of humanity and people who will be committed to serve God's people like Solomon. So it's really a beautiful readings today. We are grateful for those who have helped us find ourselves, how Jesus has worked through others, and how Jesus works through me, and accept it, that I have a mission in relationships. The pastor, your pastor, buys the whole parish. Not just the young, the old, the rich, the poor, the black, the white, the Hispanic. Buys the whole, and we as individuals try to buy the whole of the reality of others. Not just the ones we know, but the ones who are different from us, helping them see what we see, the presence of God's creative love in everyone.